How it will be run.
All right, Jason. And who was the prime minister in the Second World War?
Churchill.
All right. And can you name the last five? What's your name?
Harry.
And what are the general elections?
Yeah. When the public vote, everyone votes.
Okay. Who was the prime minister during the Second World War?
I don't know.
All right. And can you name the last five prime ministers in the UK?
There was I don't know.
How many you can tell?
The last, well, the one now is David Cameron.
All right.
I only know that.
All right. Are you aware of women when given vote?
What's it?
Are you aware of when women vote? And how do you feel about that?
Not sure.
All right. Okay. When are the elections held?
Every 5 years.
All right. When was the vote given age of 18?
Not sure.
All right. What is the most significant issue for the political?
Don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
As a student, what influences you particularly towards politicians?
I don't like them.
Okay. Why do you think it's important to vote?
Because it's important to vote because like it makes it fair for everyone.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much. What's your name? Okay. What are the general elections?
General elections are when people get together.
Okay. Who was?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No, do it again. Restart.
Maybe
Wait, general.
action. What's your name? Okay. What are the general elections?
General elections are when people go for parties to lead the country.
Okay. And who was the prime minister during the Second World War?
During the Second World War,
Yeah.
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Can you name the last five prime ministers? 5 and 3.
Three.
Yeah.
Gordon Brown, Tony Blair, Solomon Ramsey.
When are the elections held?
I don't know.
When was the vote given age of 18?
I don't know.
What's the most significant issue for you for the political?
Labour, because they want to.
No, what's the most significant issue for you, the political? All right.
Wait, say that again.
What is the most significant issue for the country?
Where's the most significant issue for you?
The political.
The most significant issue is education and how we pay too much.
Okay, as a student, what influence you particularly towards politicians?
Influences me is that they're trying to do good, like Labour, for example, trying to make universities as cheap as they can.
And why do you think it's important to vote?
It's important to vote because it helps the country and it helps the whole economy decide on what's the best for the country. So if some people don't vote, then the wrong party might win. So everyone's vote, everyone's opinion counts. That's why it's important to vote. Helps the democracy.
Thank you.
Always.
Hello, what's your name?
Santa.
And what are the general elections mean?
Do you mean you get to vote for anyone you want?
Alright. Okay. And who was the prime minister during the Second World War?
I don't know.
Alright. Can you name the last five prime ministers?
No.
Anyone? The
No.
last one?
I forgot his name.
David Cameron.
David Cameron, that's one.
Okay. When are the elections held?
When? 7th of May.
7 exactly. And
When
was voting
Stay here.
age of...
Stay
What are you
here.
doing? What are you doing? Who was recording? Action.
I didn't do it on my. What are the elections? What are the general elections?
It is one period of time where everyone will vote for that one day, and it starts early in the morning until late at night, where anyone in the UK over the age of 18 is allowed to vote.
Who was the Prime Minister during the Second World War in the UK?
No idea.
Union one. Can you name the last 5 Prime Ministers in the UK?
Honestly, no.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Oh, David Cameron, Tony Blair, George. Oops.
Golden Brown.
Gordon Brown.
Alright.
Are you aware of when women were given the vote and how you feel about this?
I think it was the 1920s. And obviously I believe in equal rights completely, so I'm completely for it.
Good, so mine.
Exactly.
When are the elections held in the UK?
Maybe in the 7th.
When was voting age set at 18 and how do you feel about it?
I don't know when it was set, but I feel quite strongly as every adult in the UK deserves a right to vote.
What is the most significant issue for you?
It's a political.
Yeah, is it political?
Maybe the next question.
As a staff, what influenced you towards politicians?
Next question, I think.
Why do you think it's important to vote?
What do I think is a positive one?
No, why do you think it's important to vote?
Oh, that's important. I think it's important so everyone gets their voice heard.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Ask Dave first name.
What are your names?
I'm Courtney. I'm Indy. I'm Hayley.
What are the general elections for?
They happen every 5 years to help them to make the public decide who they want for Prime Minister.
Okay. Who was the Prime Minister during the Second World War in the UK?
Another Winston Churchill.
Can you name the last 5 Prime Ministers in the UK?
Tony Blair, David Cameron, Margaret Thatcher, Gordon Brown. But that's not in order, but I'm just like naming people.
Yeah,
Cameron.
that's perfect. And David Cameron. Are you aware of when women were given the right to vote?
During various events. 7th of May. Can't be you.
How do you feel about this? Girls voting?
Oh yeah. I think I agree. Yeah. It's like equal opportunities.
When are the elections held in the UK?
This May, this 7th, May 7th, this year.
What was the voting age set in the UK at 18 and how do you feel about it?
Well, it's good because it's like, you know more about it. So like at college you can take up politics. So you
I don't know if it should be
learn
older
more.
though. I don't know if it should be like 20.
No, I think 18 because then that's when you start to know things. And that's like when you officially become an adult. So I think it's good.
What is the most significant issue for you? The political.
So like saying like what's the most important thing you would have like you stand for?
Stop
Like
raising the taxes.
more money towards like healthcare, like hospitals.
As a student, what influenced you towards a politician?
How they present themselves.
Yeah, I think they need to relate more to the public, like people are like already like.
And when they actually promise to do stuff, so like did David Cameron say he's going to like lower uni fees, everyone he made them all up to like £9,000. It's like they're forcing us to stay into education until we're 18, and then they're encouraging you to be in education, but they're making you pay a stupid amount for it. So it's like, what's the point? So obviously everyone's not going to not bother going to uni. Yeah, exactly. So they all lie to get you to vote for them, and then they do what they like.
What do you think? Why do you think it's important to vote?
To get the right role. Yeah, to get your point across.
Thanks, girls. Action.
My name is Chris.
What are the general elections?
Well, the general elections, it's basically the elections to find new members of parliament, a new ruling government and a new prime minister, or to continue with the same one.
Who was the prime minister during the Second World War?
A Second World War was Winston Churchill.
Can you name the last 5 prime ministers?
Well, you've got David Cameron, you had, what's his name, Gordon Brown, sorry, Tony Blair, before him was John Major, Margaret Thatcher was before him. Yeah, I'm there.
Are you aware of women different votes and how do you feel about that?
So, am I aware of
Are you aware of when women different?
when women were given the vote? Yeah, that's, I can tell you the exact date, that's awful. It was, I'd say it's sometime around the 1920s, I want to say around 1923, it could have been a little earlier. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think they should have been given the vote earlier. I mean, there's no reason why, women should be treated any differently, just as men should be treated differently in anything, be that voting, politics, anything.
When are the elections held?
May 7th, a week today.
I mean, how many years?
How often? It's every 4 or 5 years. So it has to be every 5, but the government can bring it forward to 4 years if they decide they want to.
When was the voting age set at 18? How do you feel about that?
I have no idea when it was set at 18. Honestly, that's bad. I don't have any clue. I feel it should be set down to. Do you want me to talk to you?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
Last question. Last question I ask you, why do you think it's important to vote?
Why is it important? Because lots of people fought for our right to vote. We live in a democracy. Lots of people around the world do not have the opportunity to vote. It's really important to have our say. And I think if you don't vote, then you give up the right to have an opinion on a lot of political policies. Okay, no problem.